Study Skills by SCC Counseling and Special Services. Have you ever read a passage and felt like you were in a trance? Or read chapters many times and still felt like you did not take in the material? Or maybe highlighted words and phrases that were not helpful on an exam? This presentation will help you with some techniques to overcome these challenges. The first technique involves your reading and comprehension. Only read as much as you can digest for the kind of material you are reading and the amount of concentration you are experiencing. Do not try to keep reading past your saturation point. Your saturation point is when you have taken in as much material as you can possibly process in one sitting. Sometimes this amount is a paragraph, a half a page, or even a whole page. Technique number 2, underline important points. Write them or make notes in the margin. Try to pick out things that have to be memorized. Work with a paragraph or two at a time. Here's an example of what that would look like. Technique number 3, cover up the material you have written in the margins and test yourself. See if you can reproduce it on a scrap sheet of paper from memory. Technique number 4, use the material in the margin to make flashcards. Write down on a scrap sheet of paper what you think is on the back of the card. Here we have a card with depth perception, and you write on a scrap sheet of paper all that you can remember and what you think is on the back of the card. Technique number 5, make up mnemonic devices or memory tricks to help you remember the material. An example is the mnemonic device that we use to remember the order of the planets. My very excited mother just served us 9 pies. That will help you remember the order of the planets: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Individual studying tips. Where you study matters. Try to have a designated area in your home where you can go to study, where you have fewer distractions, and people know that when you're in that area, you are studying. When you study matters. Are you a morning person? Do you retain material better in the morning? Or are you more of a night owl and retain material better in the evening hours? Set goals for each study session. If you have a whole chapter to read, count the number of pages in that chapter and divide it out to see how long it will take you to read that chapter. Have a set goal each time. Balance study time and breaks. Physical preparation is as important as mental preparation. Preparing for test. Attend every class. Be in class, pay full attention, hear the instructor's comments about tests, and know what is expected. You cannot expect to do your best when you have missed important information or gotten it secondhand. If you must miss class, always check with the instructor outside of class to find out what you missed. Start early. Don't wait until a test is announced. Start studying from the first day of class. Review your notes regularly and look for test question clues in your notes, quizzes, text, and homework assignments. Work with classmates and see if you can get some notes and share notes. Ask your instructor what to expect. What type of test questions will be on the test? Will it be mostly objective questions like multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blanks, or, or would it be an essay test? What should you concentrate on? These are things to ask your instructor. Have a study schedule. Plan a regular study schedule. Keep a daily and weekly study schedule. Study with purpose, without distractions, in a place you have designated as your private study area. If you keep up with regular study, the pre-exam study session will be merely a review. Study in 1 hour blocks of time with breaks of about 5 to 10 minutes in between. Study actively, move around, stretch, and read out loud. Creating good review tools. Take good notes. When taking notes in class, leave plenty of room so you can fill in details from the text later. Review your notes on a weekly basis, as well as before the test. Record your notes. Many students have difficulty listening to a lecture and taking notes at the same time. Listen attentively in class while recording the lecture. Later, you can listen to the tape as often as you like and record notes. But make sure you ask permission from your instructor to tape record a class lecture. You have to make sure it's okay with the instructor and have their permission first. And another way to have a good review tool is to create mind maps. Mind mapping is a creative and logical means of note-taking and note-making that maps out your ideas. The organizational structure radiates from the center and uses lines, symbols, words, color, and images. Mind mapping converts a long list of information into a colorful, memorable, and organized diagram. Index cards, also called flashcards. They help you focus on specific details. They aid in memorization and allow for easy review. Written on one side, while the definition, facts, or answer to the question are written on the back. Chapter outlines. Outline the chapter in your notebook as you read it. Identify the main points, definitions of terms, and other important information. Then consolidate it in your notes. It aids in recall because you are storing the information in different parts of your brain. Predicting test questions. Create your own test questions from the text, the lectures, handouts, and materials used in the class. Taking practice tests that are typically available on related text websites are very helpful. Do not expect the instructor to cover everything in class that appears on the test. Also, be aware of the following clues to possible test questions. Points that the instructor repeats or emphasizes in class, questions asked by the instructor in class, questions from quizzes, homework, or handouts, and questions found in the text on sample tests. Identifying patterns from past exams. Write down everything. Immediately after your exam, write down everything you can remember about it. What questions were asked on the exam? What did you know well? What did you struggle with? Where did the questions come from? You will want to find the answers for each of the test questions you identified. What resources, book, lecture, PowerPoint, homework was your test based on? Getting ready for the test. The day before the test, follow your normal study routine. Avoid conflicts or emotional upsets. Don't cram. Get some physical exercise or do some physical activity that will take your mind off the test. Get a good night's rest. Review your notes and refuse to worry. Instead, think positive thoughts. I can do this. I'm ready. I hope you find this information helpful. Please feel free to reach out to a counselor if you need assistance with any of these techniques. Have a great semester.